Hi there, you are listening to Aurora's podcast. We are now on episode 6. You are nothing. If you've missed the introduction of this story and the first and fifth episode, you can find them at the video description below. As usual, continue to support Aurora's vlog by subscribing if you haven't already. Let's fast forward this episode 6. You are nothing. Yes, Jack kissed the elder Japanese lady. She must have been somewhere in her 50s. Maybe even early 60s. Since she had many wrinkles. She had already prepared some food for us. We ate and talked and toured around her house. She seemed to be a very nice lady, but oh boy. I needed to know why Jack kissed her on the lips. We headed back home, and I was utterly speechless. I did not say much to Jack, because I, for some reason, got jealous that he kissed that much older lady. Jack just smirked and he showed off his satisfaction at my reaction. He probably did it intentionally. Just to see if I was going to get jealous, of which he succeeded. The following weekend, Jack and I went to the mall. He bought a lovely gold necklace and some earrings. He showed them to me and said,
"Is this nice? Do you like them?"
He even put it on around my neck. I told him yes and then asked him why did he want to buy them and for whom, and I said, "Are they for me?" He goes,
"Of course not."
while grinning. He even removes the gold necklace from my neck. I was so embarrassed in front of the salesperson. After he paid for the jewelry, we headed back to his Japanese lady's friend's house, and Jack handed her the jewelry he just purchased from the mall, and again he gave this lady a big hug, a kiss, and called her the dearest name, honey, and went on and greeted her a happy birthday. Yes, Jack gave the Japanese old lady a nice gift. Yet he never did any nice things for his Filipina wife because to him, I was nothing. It was like a slap in my face when he handed her that nice gifts. Fast forward, I received a letter from someone. I thought the letter came from the Philippines, but when I looked at the stamps and the address, it was from California, not from the Philippines. So I quickly opened it up and found out that the person who wrote me was my cousin who now lives here in America. I realized that I do have a family to run back to now. The letter gave me strength, power, and hope. I was dancing around in a circle. I looked like crazy and felt so free, even though I wasn't, at least not yet. Well, because I was so excited. Really, really excited. I told Jack about my cousin who lives here in the US. And he just simply acted as he didn't hear me. But he continued walking on straight towards our room and acted as if he simply didn't care. We will get back to my cousin later. She was the main reason that I got away from Jack at the end. Anyways, let us go back to Jack's hobbies. He loved guns, hunting, fishing, camping, planting trees, and going to his church. Of all the hobbies that Jack loves, hunting is the one I hated the most. He always forces me to go with him hunting deer. Especially during the winter season. Oh, how I hated being out there in wet, foggy, cold, and even sometimes I was sat up on the tree waiting for nothing. One day, Jack came home with a brand new automatic rifle and he was so excited to tell me that he couldn't wait for me to test it. I was very scared and I'd never touched a gun before. He goes on, "Let's get out and test this baby." So since we live in the woods, we could just practice shooting on our side yard where the hill was facing. I was getting pretty good at it. Deer hunting season came. Jack goes to hunt sometimes without me. There are times he brought home a buck or a doe. There are times he brought squirrels and often nothing. At times, when I went with him, we did not bring anything. He always gets so disappointed and get grumpy about not able to use his gun. Well, let us talk about guns for now. Mind you, Jack is making his own ammo at home. He had dozens of rifle collections for hunting. Jack wipes his 38 caliber pistol once a day and loaded the empty shells with ammo. He took it out with him and put it under the console of his car, the car that I used to drive myself to and fro work. I said, "What are you doing with that gun?" I proclaimed. He goes,
For protection.
I said, "Protection from who?" He goes,
Stop questioning me, just hop in and let's go.
We drove off and headed towards another town. I didn't know if it was legal to have a loaded gun in your car, under that state. While we were in the car, Jack did not say a thing about what he was up to at this time. Once we got to the place where he wanted to be, Jack stopped the car in front of someone else's house, which I had no memories of, or exactly who was he trying to visit. He then told me to stay inside the car and I locked myself in. I sensed that something was not right. He goes on walking towards the front door at someone's house and simply knocked on it hard. I rolled down the glass window just a little bit so that I could hear what was going on. After he tried knocking the door 3 times and no one still answered, he was tiptoeing around and peeking through the window to see if anyone were inside. He saw someone and yelled this person's name out loud. Jack goes,
Where is your wife, man?
The guy inside replied,
Get out of here, or else I will shoot you.
"Oh my God." I said to myself. Did I hear that right? I ducked down in the passenger seat just in case they started shooting each other. Oh yes, something is happening and I don't know what is going on. That is it for today and watch out for the next episode, 7. I received the bad news that my grandma passed away, and Jack reiterated to me again that not a single penny will fly all over the world and that I should cut my ties with my family. Thank you for listening to Aurora's podcast and see you in my next episode. Bye-bye.